Hello, we're back today with chapter 17.2 on avian anatomy and physiology. And I hope that you're watching these videos. I have a sneaking suspicion that maybe some of you are just kind of not watching them and filling out the notes, But I guess we'll find out, on the test. I guess we'll find out. So. Yesterday's video only had 4 views. There's 15 of you, so maybe you're waiting till the end of the week to do it all. That's what I would do when I was your age. I would have just played video games from Monday to Thursday and then did it all on Friday, but I don't know. Some of you are pretty diligent. Well, anyways, on to avian anatomy. There's 3 different kinds of feathers, and you have the first one being contour feathers, help with streamlining, making the bird into a shape that is suitable for flying. You have flight feathers, which actually provide the wing shape for the flight. And you have down feathers, which are insulating feathers to keep the bird warm. You can see the differences in these flight feathers or wing feathers, which are very fine and long, and these down feathers, which are just fuzzy to keep it warm, and these contour feathers, which kind of make the bird into a good shape. You can see the differences in those. Muscular, skeletal, and nervous systems. Just like mammals, birds have a humerus, radius. Humerus is spelled wrong, should be just US, and ulna in each arm. They have an alula, which acts as a thumb to control the wing. So instead of having actually a regular thumb like we do, it's attached to the wing, whereby it can control where it goes. The pectoralis major makes up most of the bird's weight needed to fly. I think actually the pectoralis major makes up 33% of the weight of a bird. So they have some very muscular pecs considering their body size. Birds also have a nictitating membrane, which is a third eyelid allowing birds to blink without obstructing vision. This is very cool. It kind of wraps around the side of the eye. So, like, this is my mouse here. Nice gaming mouse, right? It actually kind of comes around and wipes off the eye from the side without actually obstructing the bird's view. Because when we blink, we lose sight of what we're doing. Now, we don't really even think about it because unless you are doing an activity that requires extreme focus, we can just blink and keep going. But a bird, if it's flying downwards at 150 miles an hour at a very small object, it doesn't want to blink. But it's going to get stuff in its eye. So this membrane clears off its eye. And nectar guides are ultraviolet patterns on flowers. Many birds have incredible sight, can see things humans cannot. Of course, we cannot see ultraviolet. Violet is just barely visible on the spectrum, purple. But we cannot see things that are ultraviolet. Birds can, and so they can see guides on the flowers, pointing them to where the nectar is. Bird digestion. Birds rapidly digest what they eat, about 3 times the speed of humans. That means they must eat a lot. If your metabolism was 3 times the rate of a normal human being, you'd have to eat 3 times the rate of what you normally eat. Reminds me of Michael Phelps. The guy ate 10,000 calories a day. You just go into McDonald's and order like 10 Big Macs. Just chow them down. And but he wasn't obese because he just burned off so many calories doing what he did. The crop stores and releases of food. The gizzard grinds the food. It says memorize a bird's digestive system. Again, I guess you really don't have to, considering that the test is open book. But anyway, they have an esophagus, very similar to our esophagus, and then different storage glands. The crop, you have the gizzard, which grinds up the food. Oh, sorry, accidentally clicked. Small intestine. Where's my pointer here? Small intestine. Sisa, which are little glands which help extract some stuff out of the digestive tract, and the cloaca. The cloaca is a solid waste, liquid waste, and reproductive cell eliminator. It's very unique in the animal kingdom. Most of the time, you're going to see some different organs for both solid, liquid waste, and reproductive cells. Sometimes a few of them are combined. In a bird, they're all combined, and so a very horrifying thought. Most time bird poop, that we call bird poop, is everything. It even contains reproductive cells. So that just makes it even more disgusting than it originally is. But anyway, what can you do? Salt glands allow marine birds to drink salt water, take out the excess salt, and make it run out their nose, giving the bird a perpetually runny nose with the ability to drink salt water. That's kind of a really cool consideration. And so if you drank salt water, you'd probably die. Your filtration of salt isn't all that good. But these marine birds, which only live near salt water, can drink the salt water. Be just fine. Similarity to humans, birds have a syrinx, a voice box, very similar to our larynx and our vocal cords, where our vocal cords, we have true and false vocal cords and a glottis which runs down the middle. And we can change the shape of that glottis to change the shape of sound. Syrinx work similarly. They also have a 4-chambered heart, very similar to ours, except the difference is it beats very rapidly. For instance, a chicken's heart beats 250 times a minute at rest. That's a lot. I wonder why the chicken's heart beats when it's trying to fly. If our heart beated at 250 times a minute, we would be dead. We'd be going into probably something like AFib, which is not good. So birds are a little bit different, but they do have to have a fast beating heart to keep up with the fact that they're always flying, always moving, always burning tons and tons of calories. Your heart, we try and conserve a lot of energy. That's why it only beats between 60 and 80 times a minute during normal rest. And that's the end. Make sure you do section review 17.2, and we're going to talk about the family life of birds on the next PowerPoint, and I will see you guys later.